everyone! Today we'll be talking about the types of discrimination. First, we have race discrimination. This is when someone is treated differently simply for having different skin colors. For example, research shows that people with darker skin colors get stopped more by the police than people with lighter skin colors. Next, we have gender discrimination. This is when people are treated differently simply for being a female or a male. For example, many times when a man and a woman have the same experience, the man is the one who gets the job or the one who gets promoted. Class discrimination is when people are treated differently depending on the social class they're in. For example, if someone is in the middle or upper class, they're allowed to go into really good schools and get good education, whereas people in the lower working class are struggling to even get money to survive and eat. Disability discrimination is when someone is treated differently for having a disability, either mental or physical. For example, someone who is blind or in a wheelchair isn't allowed into the restaurant for that reason. Or, for example, when someone with a mental disability isn't admitted into a certain school for that reason. Age discrimination is when someone is treated differently for how old they are. For example, when someone above 40 years old is not hired for the job because they don't think they are capable of doing it, or they want a younger face to represent. Another example of age discrimination is when someone who is younger has great ideas but are not taken seriously because they don't think they're old enough to know better. Lastly, we have discrimination during times of COVID. For example, nurses in Mexico right now are being violently attacked or discriminated against simply for wearing the hospital t-shirts because they believe that they have COVID and they don't want them around. Another example is when the government favors communities of white people and puts hospitals for COVID there instead of where people of color or indigenous people are, which restricts the access to the hospitals. These were just a few of the types of discrimination that exist and a few examples, but I hope you learned something and we'll keep discussing more in class.